Hey, how you guys doing? NoFap day 2 of 90. So yeah, it feels good to be on day 2 again. One thing I realized is that it seems like dealing with porn addiction. It's easy. It seems like well, at least for me anyway. I was struggling to even get past a week. I was struggling to get past a week. Um, so I realized that most of my relapses have been within like a week range. So it's almost like when you think about it, like a year, how fast a year goes by, you can just imagine how like if you just think about like going back and forth, getting to 7 days relapsing, going 3 days relapsing, just masturbating every single day, and kind of playing that game. It all adds up. Next thing you know, it's August, and like you've been playing the same game. So that's the one thing I've been thinking about, like how a lot of struggles with like urges, things like that. It's really just like it's urges, relapses. It's really just like a week, like a week cycle. When I think about it, if you just imagine 7 days out of the year, like you can't go like 7 days without like watching porn and masturbating. And but I think once you get used to that schedule and routine, it's almost like you're on autopilot and you don't even realize it. That's one thing that I was thinking about, how it's crazy how just you can go from going, months to all of a sudden you can't even get past a week. You get stuck in that cycle of, you get stuck in that cycle of having urges, relapse. Well, actually, or at least in my case, I wasn't even waiting until I had urges. I was just masturbating. I wasn't sustaining long enough to even have urges. I was just masturbating every day. And I think that's an issue because at that point it means you have like no self-control. Typically you would get to a certain day or whatever, and you would start getting urges, and then you would maybe you stop doing some of your habits, and then next thing you know you're relapsing. But me, I never even got to a point for like the last year. I was just pretty much masturbating every day, not even giving myself a chance to fight against the urges. But it's just even without experiencing the urge, it's like just masturbating every single day. It's all a process in the mind. It's like you wake up, masturbate, go to sleep, masturbate, and it's almost like you just on autopilot. And when you even think of quitting, it's almost like it's like your brain knows. It's like that addict part of your brain knows you're not gonna quit. It's like no stress at all. You just continue. It's like you're a zombie, just doing it just because at this point, not even because you're horny or you have urges. You're just doing it just to do it. And one thing I realized when it comes to deleting all material off of my phone, it's not gonna be an easy thing to do because like I mentioned, it's been a year. But I was able to do it, and here we are on day 2. So pretty much today was just I went back to keep jujitsu after for the first time in a couple months. I got laid out from my job, IT. So you guys already know how the IT field is nowadays. So I couldn't really, and then I moved into a new apartment, so I really couldn't afford to pay my membership bill. And the owner messaged me and asked me pretty much he asked me if he wanted to, he can make my balance go back to 0, or he could just cancel my contract. And I just said, if you can make it go back to 0, that'd be perfect. And I told him that I was unemployed. And he kind of made a deal with me. He said I can come back in and train. I can train essentially without paying until I get a job. But as a favor, I would kind of help when there were new students that would come into the gym to like pretty much explain to them how the memberships work, and if they want to sign up, how can they sign up, and tell them about like the special. If they sign up, they get a free gi, things of that nature. So it's like and I do that Monday through Thursday, and so it's pretty much and like it's like a form of payment until I get another job. But it's cool to actually have kind of something to do, because you guys already know, being unemployed, being a porn addict, that's all I gotta say. You already know how that can be that could be almost like crazy, almost impossible to beat, because you have all this time, and you're addicted to porn. So what else are you gonna do? And so yeah, it was a pretty cool day. I enjoy the feeling of feeling sore after class. Like kickboxing too. I enjoy the feeling of being sore and coming home at the end of the night and kind of feeling kind of can get to relax. Kind of you feel sore, but it's a good feeling to feel that soreness, because when you get home, it actually feels good to just relax. But yeah, that was it for today. Now we'll see y'all tomorrow.